Every day across the country, schools are facing a similar issue. Students who struggle with emotional disturbances and developmental disabilities require a lot of attention, oftentimes more attention than their teachers are able to provide. As a result, these students may be prone to outbursts and disruptive behavior, which can lead to their removal from the classroom until they are better able to regulate their own behavior. More often than not, it takes a significant amount of time for these students to regain composure and return to the classroom. This time away from learning is causing them to fall behind and is hindering their academic development.
Typically, it takes a while for students to return back to class after a frustrating event because the front of their brain is shutting down, and the front of the brain is where we use our executive functioning skills, where we can logically process an event, have a rational conversation. And for students that we have with a myriad of challenges, in that moment they're starting to retreat to the back of their brain, which is a typical fight or flight response. We found that by going through the back door and using sensory integration, we can shorten that time simply by running through a progression of activities, going from gross motor down to fine motor, and getting the student to a point where seeing if they can follow directions and have a conversation. The multisensory de-escalation room, or the MSDR, is a place that as soon as you walk in has a calming feeling to it. In fact, we don't even refer to it as the MSDR. To us, it's Seaville. And when we walk in, we have murals, we have painting, we have lighting that reflects the ocean. Now, rather than lecture, punish, expect a kid to sit there until they're calm, we have staff that says, we can calm down, we can process through this event, we can make better decisions, and we can get back to class.
A lot of times it's dealing with a stressor or general anxiety, or just for various reasons they can't really regulate themselves. So when we utilize this room, it's really a goal in mind is eventually using this room enough times the youth would be able to learn some skills along the way and be able to regulate themselves appropriately and effectively.
I believe using the MSDR with all ages is appropriate because some students, especially like teens, can go in there and listen to music. I've gone in there with older kids and they like to swing and just have a conversation, where we have the younger ones that might want to pull things apart, do things with their hands.
Some of the activities we utilize in the MSDR room could be various climbing tools, different types of mechanisms, sensory items where just being able to play in sand or something might be able to help them out.
When I go into the MSDR room, the first thing that I have the youth do is pick up our tunnels and pull out the tubes that are inside. What that does is it releases a lot of energy because there's weight to those pieces of equipment. Separating them, putting them together, making them a fun place for them to either hide or crawl through. And as they work more and more and I see that they're becoming more and more relaxed, then I have them sit down and they are able to relax in that beanbag chair. And then after a few minutes, some of them want to go onto the spinning swing that we have. A lot of the youth like to spin, and what it does is it offers their brain an opportunity to focus. Those who don't have that kind of a diagnosis, it makes you nauseous. But if you're someone who has that desire and likes that high active going, this is a wonderful tool for them.
Typically we'll bring them in, we'll kind of ask them on a scale of 1 to 10, how are you feeling right now? So they can kind of express to us how they are going into the MSDR room. Once they're in there, we ask them if they want to listen to music, if they want the lights on or off. We create the environment that they want to be in.
I like to to go here if I'm feeling a little angry and just to get away from everybody, to calm down, maybe talk to the staff that I'm with, and just tell them about how I'm feeling and my problems about anything. But first I can't really talk when I'm angry, so I use some tools here. I can scream, yell, or anything. Ever since I've been using the MSDR, it just took me like 2 minutes to calm down, and I feel very surprised about myself. I'm very grateful for all the other staff's support for it, and it's been helping me ever since.
I think rooms like Seaville would be useful in every public school. There are always behavior problems that public schools experience. So if a student has to be excused, they're able to come back into the classroom with that intervention much more quickly than they would be if they were just asked to sit in the hall. This intervention could be scaled to any budget that a school has available. If they have a room that they could dedicate to this purpose, it could be equipped with a range of equipment from relatively inexpensive to a fully sophisticated room like Seaville. It could also be implemented in the classroom. It could be at a child's desk. We have over 18 years experience working with some of our region's most challenging children. We've developed all kinds of curriculum, different interventions and techniques. We know what works, what doesn't work, and we can help any school implement an MSDR.